So right now I'm going to be teaching the best way to learn Spanish. So starting right now, you're going to want to know the subject pronounce box because that's really what Spanish evolves around and all. So yo, tú, él, ella, and usted are in the singular spots. Nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas, and ustedes are in the plural spots. And when you're conjugating these verbs, you have to use endings such as AR, ER, and IR. AR is o, as, a, amos, ais, an. ER is the same thing, except instead of A, they're all E's. And then IR, it gets a little more tricky because the first person plural and second person plural have I's instead of E's, but other than that, it's the same thing as ER. So the most commonly used verbs are right here. Caminar is probably the most common to me, so this is what I'm going to be using to show my examples. So to start with, the two common tenses are the present tense and the present progressive. Now for the present tense, there are three certain rules you must follow when conjugating. You have to drop the infinitives, or the endings, with the AR, ER, and IR. You have to match a subject pronounce box that was up here earlier, and you have to conjugate with the verb. And then these are the endings that you need to conjugate with the verb at the endings. So, for example, if it was caminar, that ending is obviously AR right here. So when you're using that, it'd be yo camino, because for AR verbs it's O, and you have to conjugate yo for I. Now when you're using the present progressive, you always have to use the verb estar, which is right here, which is to be, but there are two to be's, ser and estar, but estar is this emotion, sense of health, and location. That is normally what the present progressive would be about because it's what you're doing and it involves a location. So there are certain pepes or endings for these verbs. So like the AR endings are ando, ER and I are the exact same thing, it's endo. And then verbs with two vowels right before the last letter has a different pepe. It's actually yendo with a Y instead of an E for ER and IR verbs. So like leer, which is to read, would be liendo. You still have to drop the infinitive, just add the pepe, which is yendo, because of the two letter E's that are vowels. I still have to drop the infinitive even though it's a different pepe. So for example, if I were to say I am walking, I have to use the verb estar. So it would be estoy, because that is the first person singular that I match with yo. And caminar has an AR verb ending, so you have to add the AR pepe, which is ando. And that's all there is to it. You're done.